back from that short breather, and I know you love the chat room as I do. I have my guest seated. I have the man who would set fire into the studio, but he has promised not to. Elijah Kenneth, hi.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And then Fit Night, that strong woman who would always fight Derek. Hi, Fit Night.
Hello.
You're looking pretty.
Thank you.
But you know you owe me something, right?
I know.
Right. Hi.
Hi.
You know, today's episode is more or less the continuation of yesterday's episode, and we spoke about commitment and loyalty and faithfulness. Today we are actually continuing that, and so we are dealing with commitment and loyalty. You and I were discussing something earlier. For instance, you saw how committed Tatia Tope has been even at the point of death. Would you do that for your girlfriend? That's if you have one.
It depends on the circumstance.
Do you have a girlfriend?
I do. I used to, but I used to, but not at the moment. Okay. I think it depends on the circumstance. Just like I stated, you would want to be in a relationship where you can actually lay your life down. Not just even in relation with your girlfriend, even with family or friends. It should be that one that you can get to the point where you think I can actually be that sacrificial lamb for the rest of the people around me or the person I am actually in the relationship with. I think that's what we all need to we need to get to that point where we all do stuff like that at times.
Fit like, would you sacrifice yourself this much in a relationship? Let's not limit it to only relationship, to the job you're doing, any office that you find yourself in. Would you go this much to sacrifice yourself in terms of commitment?
You know, in everything you do, when you wish for the best, it always comes to it. In a work that I am in, I always pray that the work goes on. But if my life is on the line, I'm not going to spoil things, but I'll just step back. If you really want to make something work, you don't go for it, because not everybody out there wants the best of the work or the best for the relationship. In relationship, if you see the man you are with, you see the kind of commitment this man is putting into the relationship, if this is a man I can go to depth for, but it will not be my life, by the way. I'll go back.
You're always like that.
It's true. See, I need to be alive to continue loving and to continue being loyal. I can't be dead and be committed. You need to be alive. You need life to continue committing.
But here's a case: Manu or Lashmi is ready to sacrifice her life for her region, her entire country. Are you saying you can't sacrifice yourself for an office that you're receiving salary from?
Let me see. Where are you coming from in terms of sacrifice? Me dying.
She was ready to die, or she is ready to die.
Manu is fighting for the whole country, the whole of India, because she wants the end of colonialism in her region. But here's the case: whatever she's doing, it's her own kinsmen who are pulling her down. She's doing everything possible to get. If she was getting the support she really needs, it won't come to this. It won't come to this.
Elijah,
she would have received her victory by now.
Elijah, what's the thin line between commitment and loyalty?
Well, they both kind of go together. When you're committed to something, just like you said, you would want to put your life down for that thing.
Exactly.
And when we talk about loyalty, it's given total. Shall I say, you're surrendering everything for something. But there's no much of a difference. There's no much of a difference between the two. But just that when you're actually committed to something, you want to do everything to see that it works, to see that it's possible. And so I think that's, but with what she was saying, I just want to add a little bit to that. It's true. You find ourselves in situations where you don't think you should put your life down, even in our normal relationships. But sometimes I believe you need to be that person that would actually leave a legacy. That is even by dying for something or someone. Just like the Bible said, we should love our neighbors just like ourselves. Some people go like, great. Some people go like, you shouldn't love your neighbor more than yourself. But I just want to say, when you love someone, love is the greatest thing like you can ever do. So when you love someone, you get to that point where you forget every other thing and even forget yourself in the midst of loving the person. Even though sometimes it's quite dangerous, you should get to the point where you would always want to also think about yourself, but you also put others first. So I think that's one thing you should do in love.
It's not always the case.
That's why you are shaking your head.
It's not always the case. See, love is good. Imagine dating a very rich guy. The parents are not in support of it. You are a poor girl in one kill somewhere, and this guy says, I love you. And the parents said, lady, stay off. You are not in our class. stay off. These people are always persecuting you. They are always doing that. Will I say that because you continue saying you love me, I should stay? What if I die?
But
if I die
love
today,
is between the two of you and not the family.
maybe
Although
he should
family
communicate that to his parents to know that they should leave me alone. He's the one professing the love. But coming to me, I have a mom, I have a dad who wants me alive. They have dreams for me. Why should I follow this thing called love and go to somewhere where I'm not
Don't you
needed?
think that when you're committed to the relationship and very loyal to the guy, at some point the family could also say that, oh, okay, we have seen her commitment and we've seen that it is not about the money per se, but she truly loves our son?
At what point? At what point?
I'm
Some
asking.
people, some doesn't change, some do change. But why should I be in a situation? Because I like being in things that I'm very sure of. I don't like what if. So what if they don't change? What if they change? Why don't I just save myself, go to where I'm needed, or build myself up before I come back for this love, if it's still there? This guy will marry again if I should die, by the way.
I think I like what she's saying though, but as you said, love conquers everything.
Exactly.
And so when you are in a relationship and the both of you really understand each other, irrespective of your background, your social status, it doesn't really matter. Because in a situation like she said, you're dating this rich guy and maybe you are from a poor home.
Yeah.
I feel if the love is really genuine, the guy can actually even give up his wealth for you. Because we've seen that. It's not new. It happens. Yeah. He can give his wealth for you. And even if he's not willing to give up his wealth, it can get to a point where he will let people understand the reason why he should be with you.
I don't want him to give us his wealth, but rather he should build me up. Rich guys do that a lot.
Yes.
You meet a girl who is very poor, and this guy will never change anything about this girl. He'll be like, I like you for who you are, knowing perfectly the family you're coming from. So I'm telling the guys that if you like a girl and the girl is not rich or something, I'm not saying go and give her everything. Build her up. Give her something to work for her. So maybe if school, put her through school so that she'll be worthy of your parents.
Third night, I think you're giving us an opposite narration, because we have situations where men would pick women or ladies up. Reverend said this, I think, yesterday. They'll pick this lady from a poor background, groom her, help her, get her to a point, and when they thought or he thinks that this is the time that we can do something together, she's gone.
It happens.
Nothing is certain in this life. So why don't you just go your way and let the girl be?
No, that's true. But you know, that's where ungratefulness and selfishness comes from both parties. A guy can be selfish and a girl can be ungrateful. Okay. But the selfishness, I'll talk about the point you were like, he should build a person. Some guys, as you said, will tell you they like you for who you are. And I don't think you should have that thing.
Nobody wants to be at one spot
forever.
Yeah.
And I don't think you would love someone and like the person to remain at one spot forever.
Exactly.
So if what she's saying, I can get her, and that can be selfishness from the guys. And when we talk about ungratefulness from the ladies, that's just what you cited. Some ladies get to the point where you've done every and anything for them,
but they're still not satisfied.
We have ungrateful human beings, you know, Yaira.
It's innate.
Yes. Some people get to the point that maybe you could provide an iPhone and a car, and she uses a Corolla. Then next time she sees a guy who can provide a Range Rover, she'll definitely go for the Range Rover.
Please.
You
can't put a smaller car and Range Rover
Human
there.
beings are unpredictable.
Like
so just pray you meet.
Hello.
Really?
Yeah.
You see, human beings are unpredictable. You might meet a good one who stick with you. You can meet the rich one who also stick with you. Just pray or learn to know the person. Though you can never really know a person. That one is true.
So are we saying that between commitment and loyalty and faithfulness, it all comes down to love?
They are all under one
without
umbrella.
love, all this can't hold.
Can come. Love is the greatest. So I believe all of these things fall under love. If you really love anybody or you love something so much, you would have all of these things factors in that love.
So would we say that Elisha Carr, Queen of Ocha, really doesn't love her own country or her own town?
That lady loves her ego more. She doesn't love anybody.
Do we have the likes of her amongst us?
They are everywhere.
Yeah.
They only think about their ego. They never think of the future. They think of what they can get now. They are easily pushed. Anything to make them stand up. They don't care who they trample upon to get there. We have those people that they never progress. And one annoying thing is they never allow others to progress. You be in a workplace, you are not doing anything to help. I know this dustbin is there. It's not my job. But I get there, oh, this is not nice. Should somebody come in and say this is not nice? Let me just pick it up. You should be there. Would have been our company. You know, we have the kind of people.
We have a lot. We do.
The person is not doing it, but the moment you do it, you be like, okay, you want to take over my place. I've been here for years. If I continue doing these things and I get promoted, you are like, okay, you've been sleeping around to get here. Then the person will start creating problems all over. This queen, we have her in different forms with men, women, everywhere.
Elijah.
Yeah, what she said, I always say something to myself that the people that actually hate you are people that are they are fans on the low. They actually love what you're doing, but they just want to kind of hate. And with Manu and this queen, you can see that she's not just wanting to be like anything bigger than Manu. I feel like she just wants to be exactly where and what Manu is, the kind of glory Manu has. That's the kind of thing she wants for herself, and I think that's wrong. As a human being or as an individual, you should always try to do the things that would make you happy and not focus on the ego more. Because our ego can only take us to places and bring us down at the same time. But if you let the humility and everything set in, I believe you definitely get to the limit you've set for yourself.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming. It's
Thank you
always
so much for having us.
interesting being with
Thank
you.
you so
But the
much.
time, don't worry, I love you guys.
We love you more.
And you at home, I love you so much, and thanks for being a part of us as always. Want to say a very big thank you to our sponsors, as always: FC Beauty Product, Indomie Instant Noodles, CB Men and Women Capsules, Today Ladies Wash, Pet Biscuit, Cold White, Clinic Hair Relaxer, Auntie Mary's Gripe Water, Heaven Mosquito Coil, Calipo, Gino Tomato Paste, Onga, Royal Cane Crackers, Cerelac, V-Firm, Ernest Ointment, Veraldo, and Royal Feast. And also thank you, as always, for sticking with us. And to Bobby, who won't let me sleep. And also to my friends at Ellie Dad Saloon at Foster Home. I love you, Pat, and all of you. I love you. And to Tina, have a good night, and I'll see you same time tomorrow. Bye.